Let's do some photo retouching on this image. Lot of pimples and acne are on her face. Let's clean her face. So first we will take a duplicate of this image layer. We'll simply hit Ctrl J in PC or Command J in Mac. Right. Now we will invert the image. We will simply hit Ctrl I in PC or Command I in Mac. So we can see the image in negative. Right. Now we will change the blending mode to vivid light. So we can't see the image properly. Now we will just go to the filter, and here we have the option other, and from other let's select the option high pass. Right. And in high pass let's put a value of 8 in the radius input field, 8 pixels. Right. Then we will now just go to filter again, and here we have the option blur, and this time we will use the option Gaussian blur, and we will put a value of 1 in the radius input field, 1 pixel Gaussian blur. Right. Now the thing we'll be doing is we will apply hide all mask to this particular layer. So we'll simply hold Alt in PC or Option in Mac and just click on this mask icon. Right. Now we'll select a brush, and we'll keep the flow value for the brush to 80%, and we will just start painting. So we can see here. So we can just clean her face now. We need to ensure that the details on her face are not lost. And if we think we have lost some details, we can again get back the details by painting with black. Right. Now we will take a merged copy of all the existing layers. We'll simply use the shortcut Ctrl Alt Shift E in PC or Command Option Shift E in Mac. Right. Then we will just use the patch tool, and we can just remove some small pimples if we find anywhere. Right. Let's take a new layer, and let's use the pen tool, and we will keep path as the option for the pen tool, and we will first select the upper lip. We'll just create a path around the upper lip. We can just control it properly, adjust it properly. And we will also create one more path for the lower lip. So we will just adjust it properly. Right. So now we will just convert the path to a selection. So we'll simply hit Control Enter in PC or Command Enter in Mac. Right. So we can give some small amount of feather. We'll just right click inside the selection and select the feather option, and let's give a small amount of feather. Let's give it 2 pixels radius. Right, now let's fill this selection with pure red color. Right, now what we'll be doing is we will change the blending mode to multiply, and another thing we are supposed to do is we also need to get the highlights. So the highlights over the lips are missing, so for that what we'll be doing is we'll just double click on this lips layer, and here we have the blend if options. So in these blend if options we will select this underlying layer. So for underlying layer we have 2 sliders. The left slider controls the shadows and the right slider controls the highlights. So we need highlights, so we will just move this right slider which is for highlights. We can just move it, so we can see here we are bringing back the highlights, but we need a smooth transition, so we need to split this highlight slider. So we'll simply hold Alt in PC or Option in Mac and then split the slider. If you want a smooth transition, we will just move this left slider. Right, so now we can see we got some reality. Right, then we will do some more things. We can do some more things like let's take one more layer, and we can add some extra makeup to this lady. We will just reduce the flow amount to, let's say, 11%, and we will change the foreground color to, let's say, green, and we will also change the blending mode to color, and we can try color or let's say hard light. So we can just find which one is a better one. So we can just paint an eyeshadow. So we can just paint an eyeshadow. So we can see here. So something like this. And if we think it's too greenish, we can also just reduce the opacity here. Just a light green shadow. That's it. And we'll take one more layer. And now what we'll be doing is we will just change the color to pink. We will give some blush to this lady. So we'll do the same thing. We'll keep the flow value to just 11%. And we can then keep the blending mode to normal. We don't need to change the blending mode, and we just have to just click once, just a little bit of blush. That's it. And if we think the blush is too dark, we can just reduce the opacity just a little bit. That's it. Right. So now we have added makeup to this lady, and to make it more interesting, we can also add some glow to this lady. So we'll take a merged copy again. So we'll simply use Control Alt Shift E in PC or Command Option Shift E in Mac. Right. Now the last thing we'll be doing is we will go to filter and apply some glow to this lady. But before that, we have to change the foreground and background color to black and white. We'll simply hit D in keyboard and we'll just go to filter, and here we have the option filter gallery, and we will just use this distort diffuse glow, but we only want a very little bit of glow. So we will just reduce the glow amount, so it should be very little actually. and we can also just change this clear amount. So we want a very small amount of glow, right? So now we have given makeup to this lady, we have cleaned her face, and we will also do some comparison. We will compare the original with the final output. So we'll just take one document, and we will just drag this final output, and we will also drag the original one, and now we can see how much change we have brought. So we can just put a divider, just a divider to compare both the images. So we can see here. So this is photo retouching. So we have cleaned her face, we have removed the pimples, acne, and we have made her skin smooth, and then in the end we also added some makeup to this lady, right? And if we think we have missed any portion, so we can do one thing. So for example, if we think here there is a small pimple lying over there, so we can just use the patch tool, and we can just get rid of that pimple, right? So I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Please do like, subscribe, share, and if you have anything to say, do comment. See you again.